It's Rise and Shine, Fel and Andy with you this morning. And news out of the US is that James Dobson, the child psychologist and evangelical leader who founded Focus on the Family, has passed on to heaven at the age of 89. And Andy, we're reflecting on a life well lived and a huge legacy left behind.
Yeah, he had a huge impact in Australia, Phil, on many Christian radio stations, not just ours, not to mention his teaching series, which would have been on cassettes in the old days, and then CDs and now online.
I think that's what really touched parents. And we heard from Bernie before. It was the practicality in your lounge room where you're like, I need this to actually right now. We've got Brett Ryan, who heads up Focus on the Family in Australia. And Brett, it's wonderful to chat to you because, well, you're so involved with Focus on the Family, but I know you've been impacted as well by the teachings of James over the years.
Absolutely. I think I've read nearly every one of his books, listened to many of his podcasts, and I mentioned my wife she just woke up just herself, and I said, Dr. James Dobson has passed away, and she said, oh, it's really sad, and she said, I remember that time when we were dealing with one of those situations with our children, and she was just calling out to God, what do I do? And then sure enough, on the radio came a little snippet about being a helicopter parent, and it's not good for you to do that. And that's what she felt like doing, coming to rescuing her child. But she says, you're not going to allow God to do what he needs to do. And that short little 1 minute little bit of advice gave her the information that she needed, the courage and the confidence to deal with the situation. The end result was amazing. And it's just those little things that personally has benefited our family immeasurably.
Isn't that amazing? Because you never met Dr. James, did you, Brett? And yet your family were deeply impacted by his life and by his teaching.
Very much so. He finished in 2010 and I started in 2013. I said, I want to be like him. I just want to be like him. I had a heart for families. I had a heart for relationships. Lo and behold, now I have the privilege of working for a ministry that he started, and that legacy continues. And I think really we are indebted. Hundreds and millions of marriages have been impacted because of James Dobson, and families have been restored because of his advice through the resources.
I mean, the encouragement for us all today is that everyone has a different calling and something to work out in their lives. But for James, obviously, there had become a moment in his life where God had said to him, hey, step out. And it probably looked audacious and big and challenging at the time. But God said, hey, there's something for you to do. And then it became a voice to the nations. And that's inspiring to us all, isn't it?
Oh, very much so. One person can really make a difference, but he actually got others involved using their expertise, their drive and passion. But he really put the importance of family on the radar. He put the importance of marriage on people's radar and not settling for second best, and to put Christ in the center and actually allow other things to fall into place.